Hi everyone, welcome to another Speakers Bank podcast. Today we're going to talk about advice and insight for carers. My name is Oya, and today we are joined with our guest speaker, Julie. Hi Julie.
Hi Oya, how you going?
Good, thank you. How are we today?
We're good.
Good. All right, so today we're going to be covering advice and insight for carers. This is going to be a fantastic opportunity for anyone that is a carer or would like to be a carer. Just a little bit of insight. So since having support from carers, how many different carers have you had support from?
Lots and lots. I've been in a chair for 21, 22 years. So you can imagine over that time, there's been quite a few carers.
Yeah. And how does that affect you, always having to change your carers? I guess the turnover, how does that affect you?
I'm lucky because I found like a lot of my carers will stay long term, like whether it's 6 months or 12 months, but then life changes, whether I change and I adapt to doing different things and the carers aren't available to do that, or their life changes, they move on, they have babies, they have grandkids, like they get, they advance in their careers to nurses, or they specialise, or they just do something different, like they just tire out. I just find like life just brings people in for a certain period of time and then they just leave again. Yeah.
And I guess that sort of throws back to your resilience podcast as well, doesn't it? So it builds your resilience, having to adapt to new workers and new carers. Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah.
So how important is it for you to have a good relationship with your carer?
I find you need to have a certain level of rapport with somebody. Like you have to have, because they're doing such personal care, like they're helping you toilet and shower, they're seeing you naked and, they're changing, you're doing like really personal care and stuff. I think you need to be able to talk and communicate with them on a certain level. So you have to have that comfortability with somebody.
Yeah.
That's personally, I think that's important.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So how do you handle situations, if you've had any, where you feel as though a carer has supported or treated you in a way that has made you feel unsupported?
Made me feel unsupported. That's really hard too, because like sometimes it can be very intimidating and they can be very bullying. So you kind of sometimes you can become like repressed and you don't say anything. But then if you do that, then they continue to walk all over you and they continue to do the same thing. So there's been a couple of times where I've had to go to the agency and say, look, this is what's happening, and had to have them deal with it. So, yeah, do it that way. It's easier, because sometimes when you deal with the carer, it can get very nasty. They can get very, very, like they feel like they're being attacked when they're not, like, and they can get very, what's the word I'm looking for? Defensive sort of thing. So, and that's another situation that you don't, on top of it, having to find that courage and that strength to speak up and say, look, you have actually hurt me. I don't like what you're doing. And then you've got to deal with the confrontation on top of that, which is not easy to do.
Yeah, which actually leads into my next question. What advice would you give a person if they were having trouble with their carer?
If they didn't feel comfortable speaking to the carer themselves, just go to your coordinator at the agency, or just someone close to you to get some advice with, and talk to them about it. And then if you still don't feel comfortable approaching the carer, just get the agency to deal with it for you, and they'll just take that carer away from you and find you a new one. But you don't have to feel obliged to have that one person with you all the time.
Yeah,
that's not. Yeah,
but definitely speak up.
Yeah, definitely speak up. Yeah. Definitely. Yeah. Because it won't change unless you do speak up. Yeah. Unless you speak up, it'll go around in the vicious circle. So, yeah. Your own well-being, safe to speak up.
Yeah. And it is sad, but it does happen. So don't take it like a personal thing. Just make sure you speak up. Yeah, definitely.
Because sometimes it's not about sometimes it's about the person they are. Sometimes they say things because it gives them strength and it makes them feel good about themselves. And it's not necessarily because you've done something wrong. It's because of their issues that they need to deal with within themselves as well. But you don't let somebody take that power away from you. Keep that power within yourself. Yeah.
And those are beautiful words to live by, I think, definitely.
Yeah.
So what advice or insight would you give a carer or a person who was wanting to be a carer?
The person wanting to be a carer, I think they have to come into it for the right reasons. Like if it says just a job for money, just to earn a bit of extra cash, I don't think the job's for you, because it entails too much, and some of it's quite confronting. Like, I just think you need a lot of the time, it's a personality thing. Like, some people are just naturally caring, so they're naturally good for the job, but other people don't have that. And I think that's where it works. Like, it's not about just coming to take somebody shopping and out for the day. It's about actually coming, and you have to care for somebody, and to be prepared for that.
Yeah.
So
making sure your heart's in it as well as.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I think if your heart's not in it, then you can't do the job. Like, you can do the job, but you can't do it properly.
Yeah. And I think that goes back to building that rapport and having that level of respect as well, doesn't it?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, thank you for all that, Julie. That's some beautiful insight and advice for anyone looking to be a carer, or anyone that's having trouble with their carers. So thank you so much for that.
And I think it's a consistent thing too. Like, I mean, because you do have so many carers that come in and out all the time, that you do come up against those obstacles and challenges with other people.
Yeah. And again,
you to have a support network to lean on, and have somebody else to kind of bounce off and help you through those times. So,
yeah. And again, we throw back to your podcast on resilience, don't we? It builds your resilience, doesn't it?
It certainly does.
Yes. Well, thank you for all of that, Julie. And it's just it's something to think about, definitely.
Yep.
So thank you for listening, everyone. Don't forget to hit our like and subscribe button. And Julie, we'll hopefully see you back again for another podcast soon.
No worries. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Bye.